Hello, how are you guys? Welcome back. Welcome to Shiko Hope TV USA. My name is Shiko Hope, and this is the home of hope, where we say inawezekana, yet another day that the Lord has given unto us. And I'm back with another video, and I'm so glad because this video is after the video that we did last time about singles in America. And now today we are talking about the married in America. So about singles, today it's not your day. We are done with you. Now today we are dealing with the married. Yes. And I told you we got some challenges here and there, whether you are single, whether you are married, anywhere you are, we have to fight your devils. We fight our own devils. Everybody has his devil or her devil that he fights. So after the singles video, and if you have not watched the singles video, kindly go and watch that video. I got some comments there, and they were still on my bucket list of what I was to come tell you on the married video, and I added those points here because my video, if you are listening carefully, I was not saying that you have to get married. No, that one depends with you as a person. Personally, are you willing to get married or not? But according to the society, many people are like, when are you getting married? You yourself, you feel like, I want to get married, I feel like I'm ready to get married. That was my point. And my point was, for those people who come to the US when they are young and times really flies very fast, and you find yourself, you came here when you are 24, 25, you are 33, and now it just dawned to you that, oh my goodness, time is running, I need to settle. My point was towards that direction. But God is God is the author of our lives. We can maybe say, I want to get married at 20, I want to get married at 40, anytime. It's the best time according to you, and maybe according to what God has planned. So now today, let's look at the married people when they come to the US. This is where I lie, because I came to the US when I was married. I come to the US when I was married. So let's start our video all the way from Africa. When you find out that you have been selected, because most of people who move to the US when they are married, most of them are for the green card, and very few for work visas. But all are married. All are married. The thing here, the vocabulary here is the married couples. So the challenges that we wanna face, they are similar, whether you came through DV, whether you came through work visa, because you are living in the same place, dealing with the same things, encountering the same problems, succeeding similarly. So married is married. Now you come from all the way from your country as married. Good, and that is the best thing to do. If you are married, come here with your spouse. Come here with your spouse. Maybe if financial situation allows you to come here as a married or as a family, that's the best thing to do. Because if you come here as single and you leave your family back in your country, now you have joined the class of the singles, and you're still dealing with your family who are abroad or who are overseas in your country back in Africa. So if God opens your door, come here with your family. That would be the best thing to do. Now, you have come here, very new. You are so excited. I have come to the US. I will become rich. In 6 months, I'll be very rich. That is what we have in our minds when we are leaving our airports in Africa. Once you come here, you get hosted. Most of people get hosted. Very, very few people who comes and never get hosted. Very, very few. Very, very few. Even if you'll have enough money to rent an apartment through the help of your host, of course, because you are not known, you'll still depend on your host for some help, getting you to some places, guiding you on the way to do things here and there. So even if you come here with a lot of money, you'll need someone who will be there to guide you on how to go about things. Now, let's say you are hosted. you're hosted by another family or by another friend of yours. You as a family, husband and wife, you might be having kids or not. And the first week you wait for your social security, the second week social security starts, and that week maybe you start working. Most of the time ladies are the ones that get jobs first. I don't know why, but higher percentages of couples, the ladies get job faster than the men. That's what happened even to my case. I started working 2 weeks earlier before my husband, and that starts now. That is an onset of another problem, because if you have kids, maybe very young kids who are not yet school age, there is no way you can, okay, that is obvious. When I start working, my husband will be babysitting, right? And he is not babysitting in our home. He is babysitting his child in our host's place. Okay? And that leads this gentleman to get into depression. Oh, I brought my family to America. My wife now is working. I'm at home babysitting. Hey, while in Africa, it was the other way around. I used to go to work and my wife would be will remain at home, babysit our kids. So this is America. And the sayings that they normally say that America ni kwa wamama na watoto. America is for women and the kids. That's what people say. So that starts sinking now in that man's mind, that it's true. America is for the women and for the kids, because if at all you have school going kids, they start going to school and you are still at home waiting to be employed. The kids come from school and you're, hey daddy, school was good, I like the food, I like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. The same thing, your wife goes to work and comes back and you're like, oh my goodness, did I bring these people here to enjoy? Whereas I'm like very desperate and frustrated. I've been applying for jobs, no one is calling, or maybe the ones that are calling back, they are giving very few pay, or very little pay, and then it is very far. I can't drive because you don't have a driver's license. You can't drive, and if you are driving in your country, you don't have a car. That gentleman becomes very, very frustrated, and depression starts sinking. Even if he can't show, once you leave that gentleman in that house, he is a human being, and he has to think. And the more he is thinking, the more depression he's getting. And once God opens doors for him and he starts working as well, now that's why I told you in the other video about real life in America that African gentlemen or African men, they start thinking about getting their family out of their host place. By this time, maybe it is third month, second month, third month. And here, even before he gets this job, you as a wife, you have to notice, because you know this man very, very well, you have to notice he is not okay. He is not okay. Even if he's trying to hide, you can tell he is not okay. So you have to support him, and you have to, okay, once you come to the US as a married people, you need out to be more together than before, than when you are in your country. Because one thing, this is a new environment, this is a new country, this is a new system. It is not the way we are used to back in Africa. In Africa, you can be living in the same house with a man and you don't know even where he works. You don't know even his office. You don't know even how much he earns, right? But here you have to know everything, because you have some big bills and so many big bills to pay, and you have to know how much this guy gets. He has to know how much he earns, so that you can come together and say, this is our monthly bills, these are how much we are earning, are we able to pay these bills or are we not? So America, the thing that I love America is that it brings families together. It might be seen like, no, it is not the right thing, but for me, or to me, it brings families together if they want to work together. If they don't want to work together, it is also okay, but they are going to suffer. One person will be abused It can be morally abused, financially abused, it can be psychologically abused, it can be even physical abuse. Yes. So if you love your family, if you are like, God gave me this family, God bless this family, you have to be one. You have to be one. Be reading from the same page with your spouse. So this gentleman, once he gets his job, he starts thinking about getting his family from the host home, and God helps them. Maybe within 3, 4, 5 months they are out, and they start living their own life away from their host, although they may be going to the host for some guidance here and there, and also some other friends they get, because now they are networking with other people, because not everybody knows everything in America. Your host might not be knowing everything. Actually, he will not know everything. We too here, we learn every day. Me too, sometimes so they do this, so this is available here. We learn every day. Nobody knows everything in America. Nobody knows everything. So you have to ask from different people and get advice from different people, because even your host can tell, oh, I don't know that one. Maybe you can ask someone else. Maybe I can ask my friend. Maybe I can ask my churchmate or my co-worker or my colleague at work. So nobody knows everything in America. We learn every day. Even here, we learn every day. So we have to read from the same page as married people. And now, because you have moved from your host place, you are now in your apartment, you now have to know your schedules. You know, oh, this is me, this is you, this is our kids, these are school-aged kids, these are non-school aged kids. Any child before 4 years is a non-school kid. So you have to know your schedules. You know how many hours you're gonna work, which shift you're gonna work, how to alternate shifts, how to fix your schedules, and you work around your schedules. Or if you're not, you can decide, maybe we can take this baby to daycare. How much is the daycare? How far is the daycare? Will we be able to afford the daycare for the non-school aged kids? Because daycare is one of the most I can tell daycare is something that it takes your money. It eats your money like food, even more than food, because daycares here are very expensive. So it is for you to sit down and say, you be working day shift and let me be working night shift. I be babysitting during the day. Maybe the money that we get, it's not enough for their bills. What if I take the baby to daycare and then I get another job? I do working 2 jobs, or we be working 2 jobs, everybody, and then we get that money, we pay daycare and we pay our bills. Of course, daycare is part of the bills, but daycare is special. Daycare is special because here is the baby, okay? And you don't want to take your baby to some daycares which are not that good, okay? So you sit down as a family, you sit down and you analyze your plan, and you come up with a plan for your kids. Maybe your kids are grown, you don't have any baby for daycare. Maybe you don't have any baby for daycare. Maybe the last born is above 10, so you good. There is no concern about babysitting or anything. So if your babies are all grown, you so lucky, because at least your kids is not there. So you can be towards double shift until you settle, because you need a car, maybe 2 cars, you need to get furniture, and of course you need to start saving. Nobody knows about tomorrow. And now this is where problems arises, because maybe the wife was not working in Africa. When you come here, everybody has to work, because if the husband is the only one to work, you can't be able to meet all the bills. Actually, one person's job, these starter jobs, it's not enough to cater for the bills. So the wife has to work as well. And many wives, when we come here and we start working, we are like, this is my money. This is not our money as a family. This is my money. I have to do with it. I have to do whatever I want with this money. But if you don't support your husband, you are not going to move. You are going to stagnate. Because if you come here to the US with a mind that an African man is the head of the family, he has to pay all the bills. whatever I make is mine. You are mistaken, my dear. You so mistaken. That whatever me as a wife I'm doing is just buying plot maguta with whichever land companies are selling. Whenever I go to YouTube, I see these companies selling 100,000 plot, I buy because this is my money, and my family is only my husband who is footing the bills. That is not the way to go. And whenever you are going to kill your husband, he's going to die very soon, because you are a family. You are one, right? You are one. You just moved to a new country. You are still stabilizing, but you are here. You make money. Maybe you went to a CNA course, maybe 2 months or 1 month, and you start making more money, like $20 and above. Maybe your husband is making $16, $17, or maybe you are making the same amount of money, but your money is your money as a wife. It is not right. It is not right to do that. You have to come together. You have you make your goals and objectives, and you set them, and you say, we need this and this and this. This is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do. But if you want to be like, my money is my money, I'm just a woman, your husband will die very soon, and you are going to be a widow, and you'll be left with these kids, and you'll not be able to cater for these kids. If you want your husband, maybe your husband is so cool, maybe he does not abuse you, maybe your husband is just a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's not in any way trying to intimidate you, or in one way or the other. Maybe even when you were in Africa, he was good. Maybe the only thing he didn't have is money. It's enough money. Maybe he's not having an extramarital affairs out there. He's not having side chicks. He's not having some concubines out there, because even time to do that, hakuna. He's always at work, beating double shift, or maybe 2 jobs. But whatever he's making, he's using it in the bills, or for paying the bills, and he's left with nothing. But for you, your bank account is like this. It is smiling. You are always, your phone is full of land selling companies. You have all the land selling companies. Whenever you hear that we are selling this plot in Malindi, in Nanyuki, in Matu, all these companies, that is where you call, hey, hello, I need a plot, I need 2, I need 3 plots there. And these plots are written your names, not even your husband's, or maybe joint. It is not the right way to do. It is not the right way to do. You're going to kill your husband, and your children will suffer. You too, you will suffer. Even if you'll be having money, that money will end. That money will finish. Will finish. So, for the gentleman now, you have to be a gentleman even when you come to the US. Don't get fear that America is for women and kids. No, America is for everybody. I see people say that America is for women, for kids, for pets. I think a gentleman comes number 5. Even if you come number 5, be a gentleman. Even if you, so long as you are not causing domestic violence, you're not abusing anybody, you are living together as a family, you as a gentleman, you have a responsibility, yes, but you need to put your spouse in line. You come together and you live in peace. You live in peace, because there is no way you'll be having some extramarital affairs outside there and the wife will be submissive. No way. No way. So it is for us. Everybody has a role to play. You as the wife, you know you know your spot. You as a gentleman, you know your responsibility, and you read from the same page. You read from the same page, because one thing our African men get when they come here, they buy here. Aki, this place, this country is for women and kids. That is one. The second one is I don't have anybody to talk to. You don't have anybody to talk to, you as a gentleman, because depression is killing you. Your friends are all back in Africa, they won't understand, and you don't want them to know what is happening over here. You don't want them to know that you are suffering. you are hiding, so it is inside you, it is killing you silently. And maybe your wife is not there even to give you moral support, telling you it will be okay, you're going to get a job, okay, take this one for $11, and then continue applying for more jobs, maybe for a better pay. Your wife is like, I am the one who is earning more here. Now those are the newcomers. What about the others who have been living here for many years, more than 5 going upwards? So if you are in the US and you came as a family, you have been trying to settle, stabilize it takes time. It can take even 10 years, and you are like you have been here for a long time. We are even citizens, so we are in America, we are Americans, right? And for women, it is easier for us to go back to school. We go back to school, we learn as we are taking care of our kids. For we women, we multitask. I'm talking from experience because I have gone back to college in the US and I was multitasking because I had a 3-year-old by that time, and I was in college and I did it and I made it through. I'm not the only one. There are so many women who does that. Some even takes their babies to daycare and they join nursing school, and they really do well. And once you graduate and you get that license, now you are paid whatever you are earning when you came here. Maybe you are earning $16 or $15. Now you become a nurse, whichever, if it is a LVN or RN, your pay is like times 7 times 10 of whatever you are earning. If you're earning $15, maybe right now you're earning $60 per hour, or maybe $30 per hour. It will depend on where you work. Now you are like, hey, I made it. Hey, this man will not tell me anything. I came to the US, I upgraded myself, so even my value is upgraded. So this man is just a mayor, whatever. Maybe he's a plumber, maybe he works in construction sites, maybe he works in a warehouse, maybe he's a truck driver. You start seeing him like a nobody. And now you are like, I can meet all my bills all by myself. So huyu mwanaume is zero. He's helping with me with nothing. You know the pride that comes with that. And you end up now frustrating your husband, frustrating your kids, because you know where to be found. You can't sit down and agree. You can't sit down as a family and talk, because you earn like maybe times 3 of whatever your husband is earning. It is very wrong, because that will not even please God. It will not please God. But many women, what we do is like, this gentleman was abusing me when I was in school. He was not giving me enough money. He was not supporting me to continue with my school. He wanted me to drop from college. So you are like, you are revenging of whatever he was taking you through. You are like, now wait, I graduate. You know you don't know. So it is for both parties to come together. You as a husband, support your wife when he is in college. Support him. If he tells you, baby, take care of the baby, I have to go to the library, do that. Support if at all you can. But don't let your wife go take the baby to daycare when you are at home sleeping. You are like, take care of your child. So your wife has to work, and he has to go to college, and because he wants to add value to herself. Now when she's doing that, she's crying maybe in middle of spring, it is raining, she has to take baby to daycare, she has to go for clinicals. She cries because inside this car a lot of stuff happens. Many people, we cry inside these cars. We do. I'm saying we because it is we do cry inside these cars. I remember when it was winter and you have to go for the clinicals, and you have your baby, and you have your clinicals is this direction, and you have to go take the baby to daycare this direction, and time is not on your side because you had to cook for that baby. You cry, and maybe you left that husband sleeping. His off day, that day it is his off day. You go crying. And now you are like, wait, I finish. Wait, I graduate. This man, hey, he will be looking for me. He will not be. I will know whatever he is doing, he was doing to me. So women, we are like, I'm revenging, or maybe this guy will will suffer. One day he will suffer whatever he's doing to me. So support is the most important thing here. Women, support your husband. Husband, support your wives. Sit down as a family, talk, put down your goals, put down your objectives, have a plan as a family. But now it is by who or with who, because not everybody who is married here is happy. And this is from the comments I was reading from the singles video. Being married does not guarantee that you are happy. So many people are married, in quotes, but they are suffering. Very, very suffering. Because we normally say that in America, life is life for the singles is okay. The singles suffer loneliness, right? Even in marriage, there is loneliness. Yes, in some marriages there is loneliness. You are married, yes. You have somebody who comes back from work every day, but you are lonely. You don't talk. The schedules are like this. He is coming in, you're going out. You coming in, he's going out to work. You never meet, you never talk. You are lonely. You normally talk on phone when you are driving to work and he's driving back home. Or maybe when he's on break, he's like, hey, how is home? Hey, blah, 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 blah. 20 minutes, there is nothing you can talk about as a family. Loneliness, even if it is not time, maybe even financially. You are like, you have your own financial goals. He has his own financial goals, because you don't have that togetherness, that oneness that God wants us to have as a husband and wife. We're supposed to sit down as a family and talk. Another thing is that not everybody in marriage is happy. Yes, if you see people walking down there, married couple, they are not happy. A good percentage is not happy. You just don't want to be called a single mom. You just want to be seeing a gentleman in your house. That is the bitter truth. And there are so many singles who are happy when they are single. This life has no balance. So it is up to you. If you love your family, and if you have a family, you have to sit down as a family and talk. And most of the time, people end up holding too much. Like our gentlemen, for us ladies, we talk. But even if we talk, maybe I'm an African woman, and maybe I have a group of some friends who are also Africans, they might understand me. But once I open my story to these people, they now start gossiping. Hey, I saw her husband with who and with so and so. So sometimes we opt to keep quiet with our problems. They kill us slowly. The same thing with men. Men, they don't open up. A man can be suffering. He is in America, but he can't even do nothing, because it is any minute 911. The wife calls 911 and you are taken. Because you don't want to get into that, because you are still maybe a permanent resident, you don't have a citizenship yet. You just keep quiet. You can't talk, because your wife is like a threat. She's threatening you. Anytime she can call 911. So you can't talk. You can't open up to anybody. And sometimes the depression kills people. There is one time I was listening to Pastor JJ, and he was saying that most of people in diaspora, so many deaths are happening either by suicide. You commit suicide because of depression, because you can't open up to anybody. Those people in Africa, they can't help because they don't understand. These people in America, maybe you call your friends or maybe your relatives who are already in the US, they would help. Maybe some are already divorced. They want you to join that club of the divorcees, so they won't help. So you end up piling up anger, bitterness, and the last thing you do is commit suicide. Another thing is, if you don't want to commit suicide, maybe you say, to hell. You opt in for divorce because you don't have peace of mind. You don't have peace. even your finances are not at peace, because if at all you are the one who is catering for all the bills and your wife is making even more money that you do, that is an abuse actually. So some people are married but suffering, just in the name of marriage. They are not singles, but they are married, but tusema ukweli, they are single because it's like they are just roommates, right? But the best thing with God is like God has his remnants. There are so many people who are married and they are happy. They are married and they are happy, and they knew their secret. The secret is sitting down as a family, making your goals together, and working together. Paying bills is one thing. And the other day I told you people, if you are married and you have to build your home, imagine things are not the way they are used in Africa. The bills takes like 3/4 of your salary or of your pay. So that 3/4 is what you're supposed to sit down and plan about it. Because you're just starting life. Now this is for the new people, or maybe those people who have not made it in America. Maybe they are still trying to stabilize. Maybe you can have a joint account where you will be paying all your bills from. At a start, you say, I earn this amount of money. Maybe I earn $4,000 per month. Maybe I earn 6,000 per month. You are like, our bills are 5,000. So you plan yourself. You are like, this account here is for the bills. All the bills, you are like automatic or automated payments. They are from that joint. So you'll be bringing 2,000. You'll be bringing 2,000. We put for the bills here. The others, you can plan on how to go about your development and how to go about it if you want to. That is according to how you want to run your family. Okay? But marriages are in America. We have seen so many people coming from America, from Africa, when they are married. In about 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, you hear they got divorced. The reasons are the ones I have just mentioned and some more. Because now this gentleman who is not happy with his family in the US, he is like, oh, I think I can get someone better in Africa. So every year this gentleman has to be going to the US. We'll have to be going to the Africa, or to Africa, maybe to get married to someone else. Or maybe try to have another family, because the family in America is not good, is not working, no happiness, no togetherness. Okay, so most of gentlemen in the US and guys, don't kill me, most of the gentlemen in the US whose marriages are not working, they have some families back in Africa. Sana Kenyans. That's what they do, because every year they have to go to Africa to look after their family there. Their family is there. Yes, because life is not easy in the US. So every year they have to take vacation, go to Africa and look for their. Some even have 2 wives. An African wife and an American wife. But all is because of lack of support as a family. And by the way, if the American wife knows that there is an African wife back in Africa, now they are like, now I have enough grounds to exit this marriage. I have enough grounds to divorce this man. That's why you see many people divorce. They came to the US together. After some minute, shit happened. That happened, and now the wife is like, I'm good financially. The kids are grown. This gentleman is just good for nothing. So divorce, marayo. And now because the gentleman saw it coming, so he planned earlier and he got married in African again. So he will not be starting from scratch, even if the American wife will divorce. That's how things are. And it is not easy, even for the kids, to know that their parents have divorced. It is very painful. Divorce is as painful as anything else, and all parties suffer, whether you are the one who initiated the divorce or not. Even the kids suffer the most. And I think everybody who is in the US can attest to this. If at all you have been married, or maybe you divorced, you can maybe connect some dots here, one, two, three, and you are like, it is what it is. That is the truth Shiko is telling you. But all in all, God has his remnants. So many people who are married, still happy, but we don't, or these people who are, these families who are happy and married, it is not just like that. Because even people, let me tell you even one thing, even people back in Africa, maybe when you are coming, they were telling you, hey, and when you go to the US, don't leave your husband, because that is what they know. You normally tell us, you people in Africa, you live here when you're married, but when you go to the US, don't leave your husband. You are like, it is only as the wife who can leave our husbands. You don't see like the husbands can leave us. So even those words, some manifests, and you see people separating because of those words from people in Africa. Go there, and because you are very beautiful, you'll see another man, and you'll forget and dump this gentleman. Please don't forget where you have come from. Those words, sometimes they manifest and they come to pass. It is very, very wrong. Yes. So we, the remnants, and whose marriages are working, it is not all by like easy. You pray for your marriage, you work together, because you can pray, and the prayers always work when there is some responsibility. You can't pray and then sleep. You have to work on on whatever you are praying about. So you pray about it, and then you as a couple, you know your goals as a couple and your goals as a family, and you must be reading from the same page. Because if at all you are not reading from the same page, that marriage will not go far. But the best thing is, even if you are going to part ways, just part ways when everybody is healthy. Don't commit suicide, don't kill, don't do anything, don't hurt anybody. If at all it is not working, live in peace, exit in peace, okay? But let it not come to that point, and always involve God. Inawezekana, even in our marriages, inawezekana, even for the ones who will get married, even here, people meet here and they get married and they live happily ever after. Inawezekana. Inawezekana. And if it was not meant to be, it was not meant to be. So anybody has a role to play to maintain a good marriage, and you have to rhyme. Because you can't agree, you can't work together unless you agree. Maybe I'm the wife, I need this family to work, but my husband on the other hand is against it, or maybe he's not willing to support to the mission. So there is no way it is going to happen, or it is going to work. It is very, very, very important for us to work together, and we make the marriage work, because it was God's plan for the marriages to work. It was God's plan for the marriages to work. But when it is not working, what are we gonna do? All right, well, guys, God bless you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and whatever I'm telling you is just like something which is also happening in Africa, because all whatever we have done, we have said here, it's even happening in Africa, but maybe in some slightly different circumstances. But all in all, it is happening everywhere in the world. So that is my video for the day. Thank you so much for watching. In the comment section, let's interact, and may God keep you. Keep tuned for our next videos. Bye. Inawezekana.